in 1947. This is the first. Wow, I didn't think that screen was ever gonna change. Sorry for the long intro there. Anyway, guys, much love out there. Hopefully we won't be buffered too bad because we got tons of news to get into. We're gonna be talking some detox stuff. We're gonna get into all the news. But first I wanted, since this is April 27th, I wanted to go back to April 15th, 1947. These scientists have made rain. This is back in 1947. This is the first full, authentic story of how two scientists experimenting with clouds over New South Wales for the past 3 months made the first artificial rain in history. Now, I got all these links are in the description so you can read all this. I'm not going to go into the whole deal here. And then back here on April 14th, experiments that produced rain. So the Australian experiments that produced rain may give man the ability deliberately to control the world's weather. Back in 1947. Go ahead and get them closed out. All right. And they were so nuts back then. Here's one from May 29th, 1947, the Rain of Death Experiments. So in Washington, May 28th, the American Associated Press military representative at Washington says that scientists are investigating the practice of exploding an atomic bomb in the midst of a storm cloud to create a rain of death. See, these people have been nuts for years, man. So these are just some of the articles that come out back then. Here's a patent from July 13th, 1880. This is another one about how you could explode rockets into the clouds to make it rain. So they're going to produce rainfall mode consisting in conveying and exploding torpedoes and other explosive agents within the cloud realm. Sustainability is illustrated. June 7th, 1880. You know, it's pretty funny people can't look up in the sky right now and see the stuff that is going on because it's all out of control. Here we go. Here's an article. Air Force wants neuro weapons to overwhelm enemy minds. You mean like us? So it sounds like something a wild-eyed basement dweller would come up with after he complained about the fit of his tinfoil hat. But military bureaucrats really are asking scientists to help them degrade enemy performance by attacking the brain's chemical pathways. So this stuff is just going on and on. What do you think the 5G is for? If that ain't bad enough, Trump on measles vaccination, they have to get the shot. So they want to force you to get the shot for the measles. President Trump on Friday urged parents to get their children vaccinated at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Announced this week that measles cases has reached a record high since the disease was declared eliminated in 2000. Well, if it was eliminated, how'd it come back? Well, I think I know how it come back. So anyway, just more crap to deal with. And I keep hearing some stuff about the dam out there in Orville, and I haven't had a lot of time to research, but here's a little article on it. An engineer with 20 plus years experience working on the dam fears the Orville Dam could be in trouble again. He said the same problem which led to the failure of the main spillway in 2017 is still happening. The state has spent more than $1 billion rebuilding the main and emergency spillways at the Orville Dam. Now experts say that water can be seen seeping from the foot of the dam and dozens of points along the spillway. Now, I heard they were working on this sucker into the night. So hopefully I could dig up all that. Remember what they said when this came out in 2017?
Frantic emergency repairs are underway in California after a massive hole was found in the concrete spillway at the Orville Dam, the tallest dam in the United States. That damage could lead to the severe uncontrollable overflow of water. The worst case scenario, a 30-foot wall of water unleashed onto neighboring cities and counties. And that threat has led...
All right, so the worst case scenario is still in effect. If you live downstream from the dam, heads up, because it's still CT scans created by malware can trick the radiologist. So researchers in Israel created malware to draw attention to serious security weakness in medical imaging equipment and networks. Man, that's weird how this always comes out of that place right there. You know they have something to do with it. I'm not going to get into this Hillary Clinton crap on here. The malware they created would let attackers automatically add realistic, malignant seeming growths to CT or MIR scans before radiologists and doctors examine them, or possibly a failure to treat patients who need critical time. All the links are in the description. It's a long article, man. But scary stuff, man. We can't trust nobody. Can't trust anything. And it's buffering. That sucks. Yeah, I tried to start a little bit later so it wouldn't buffer as bad, but man, that sucks. I don't even hurt. Well, hopefully it'll kick in here in a minute, man. This between 9 and 10, it just seems like it just sucks. Anyway, just hang in there, guys. Hopefully, maybe you have to pause it for a minute. Oh, well. All right. Yeah, definitely freaking science. Yeah, here was another thing on the Orville Dam. Proposes the world's tallest wood tower. Now, they want to build this 35 to 40-foot tower out of wood. Remember all the stuff that burnt down here lately? All the tall buildings, and now they want to make them out of wood? To me, that sounds like a quick grave right there for a lot of people. Don't go into that building. Now, this is an older article, but I wanted to find out if people down in Florida, if this is still going on down there. There's a fungus that was killing the palm trees statewide. And it's like a fungus is airborne, no cure. Well, I think this is all from the aerosols and all the Monsanto spraying and all that stuff. But I'm just wondering, I wanted to bring this out again to see if anybody down in Florida has checked this out. If it's still going on. Is there still palm trees down there? Hey, thanks out there, Christy. Much love out there. Yeah, this sucks. It's really buffered pretty bad tonight, man. That sucks. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Fungus can't be airborne unless it's being dropped out of something. Here, let's just play a little bit of this, see what they say here. I haven't listened to this. It may not even run with the stream sucking so bad. I don't even know if it's going to run. It's probably just going to be an ad or something. Oh, here we go.
Tonight, landscapers across Central Florida are calling it a large-scale pandemic.
A large-scale pandemic. Maybe they quit flying, we wouldn't have the
Certain
pandemic.
kinds of palm trees dying at an alarming rate.
Hell, I can't even play that, man. All right, now the stream's finally back into the green. So hopefully the buffering will stop for you guys now. We'll give it a minute to catch up here. Oh, was that loud? Huh. Yeah, it looks like everything's all right. We just won't even play that crap. All right, I'm just wondering if people down there in Florida can let us know what's the palm trees like. Are they still dying and all that stuff? Anyway, all right, so here we go. Let's jump into this removing nano poisoning. Now, somebody sent this to me who had the Morgellons and end up getting out of it. So I got a couple of things that we'll go into here. So first stage is to get this out of the body. So you'll have to follow a strict diet. Now I got all these PDFs are in the description so you guys can read through all this. But this guy did the alkaline stuff. You got to avoid the GMOs, especially grains, cereals. Eat your own vegetables. And you got to grow them in a greenhouse because the chemtrails will get them if they're outside. That's for sure. Avoid processed food in plastic and aluminum containers. Avoid the non-stick cookware, Teflon. Anything designed by NASA causes thyroid damage. Avoid alcohol. This acidifies and accelerates the growth. Switch to fluoride-free toothpaste. Research the coconut oil and bicarbonate of soda homemade toothpaste. Candy and sodas are all processed sugars. Got to stay away from all that. Filter the water. Drink a lot of herbal teas. Try not to drink coffee, man. I'm in trouble because I drink coffee like crazy. Use oregano, rosemary, thyme, black cumin seed, grapefruit seed extract, salt baths. Use sea salt, Epsom salts, bicarbonate of soda. So, anyway, you guys read all this. It's pretty in-depth. So this guy apparently had the Morgellons and fought it and got a pretty wellness protocol. Coconut oil used for cooking on your skin as a protective moisturizer and effective sunscreen. Oregano oil take under the tongue, diluted with carrier oil, treat respiratory infections by breathing in using a steam bath method. Hey, thanks there, Babu. And ear flush. Make a solution to flush mainly from coconut oil. Add a drop of oregano oil and then add to an eyedropper for the full mixture. Hold for 10 minutes. Herbal teas, that's what I do a lot of. Green, ginger, turmeric, lemon, and honey. Black cumin seed oil. Garlic is one of the best natural antibiotics. The iodine. Tons of stuff here, guys. So if you're wanting to figure this stuff out, here's some pretty good starts on it here. Like I said, these PDFs are a lot of garlic, and it definitely helps. And I do a bunch of the teas, like every kind of detox tea, tons of that kind of stuff. And then you can do the Kaleido silver and all that. So check all this stuff out if you want to learn how to do that. So let's get into some other stuff here. So that shipping operation, remember where they were cloud seeding yesterday right down here off the southern coast of California? Guess what? They're getting rain. They pulled that system over, but take note of where the ship tracks are today, man. There's a shitload of them out here. I mean, there's a bunch of ships out here. I mean, we got tons of ships. This is a mega operation out here. This isn't a fishing... this isn't fishing boats out here. These are weather control boats. And there's actually some over here in the Sea of China, too. So let me try to get this to load right. Let me put that back on there so you can see. So all these squiggly little yellow lines right here, these are all weather modification ships, and there's a bunch of them out here, and they are seeding the low pressure system. Look at these guys out here, huge amount of ships. I haven't seen this many since before the Paradise Fires. And then up here by Russia and China, look at these. These are laying out some big old fat lines up here. So we have two shipping operations going at the same time. So they must be trying to merge these two systems. And then of course you got cloud seeding on top of it up in the Bering Sea. Now, I reported there's a high-speed railway that's going to be going all the way up through Texas, up into Canada, from California all the way up into Canada. It's going to go up around, and it's going to go underneath the Bering Sea over to China and Russia. It's called the One World Train. I need to break that information back out again here pretty soon. So, yeah, mega stuff going on right there. Let's go ahead and take a look at all the aerosols. So we got, I don't know if you guys could see these, but there's definitely straight flying right across Northern California into Nevada. It's showing up real light here. Let's see if we can get this to load up a little better. I thought I had this loaded better, but apparently not. Stream's looking good now. It was just sucking there in the beginning. And it don't want to load very good. You'd think the later in the night this thing would load better, but yeah, there's still a spraying operation right there at the border of Oregon and California. It goes all the way over here into Nevada. And they're still spraying down here right off the coast of San Francisco. You got double tic-tac-toe boards. Let's let that load. We'll let that get caught up and loaded. And get that going so we can see it good, document it good. But welcome in Troy, Spiritually Awake, St. James, Super Day, Captain Guam, Kentucky Roads, Ron Fry, Janin 11, Galen Grounds, Kelly L, Sister Golden Hair, Natural Born Rebel, Nick Fire, Kathy Richardson. Today's facts, tomorrow's John Hart Crane. Yeah, if this video's too messed up to watch, check out John Hart Crane. He fixes the audio and re-uploads it to his channel. He's out there in chat. Rhonda Long, welcome in. Julie, Robert, Bonnie Mullen, Super Dave, One Dirty Rotten Imbecile, Hooncock. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but I probably messed it up. Amy Holly, and all you guys out there, welcome in. All right, so now it's starting to load. Now we're starting to get the picture. Get a clothespin and go block his nose. That'll quieten him down. But yeah, we'll try to restream this over on DLIVE and Twitch after we get done here. It seems to work better over there for some reason. It don't lag. So San Francisco is getting just waxed right now. So mega spraying right over San Francisco, all the way through the southern part, all the way into Las Vegas. And it looks like we have a new operation down here in the Bajas, down in, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but straight off the coast of Mexico. So they're getting ready for the next system. We got aerosols right across, right below the storm. Look, they go all the way from Kansas, right over Kansas City, all the way up to the border of Iowa and Illinois. So yeah, there was a heavy aerosol bombardment right over the top of Kansas City. We'll see if we can, and that was to draw this moisture, and you could see how fast these aerosols work. So they use these to steer the system. Look at all the microwaves in the clouds. These aren't normal clouds. These are being hit with radio frequencies, microwaves, you know, via the cell phone towers and all the NextRad systems out there. Another small spraying operations going on in Louisiana. Look at the Gulf of Mexico is clear. Florida is clear. Georgia's clear. Alabama, you got a few aerosols. They're barely coming out. They actually started in Mississippi, and now they're drifting over to Alabama. You got a small spraying operation from Mississippi all the way over, and it's going to be hitting Georgia. But Florida, you're looking good. And we got some kind of weird spraying going on out here by the Cayman Islands. Wow, North Carolina, you're clear. Tennessee, hard to tell. You probably got the cold front. Virginia, clear. West Virginia. And then we get up to the super aerosols up here in Ohio, Michigan, all the way up into Canada. So this is how they're steering the storm. Look at that. You can go in here and really zoom in, and then you can see them. You can see all the straight lines, all the squiggly lines. See the color of the synthetic sky right there. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and go look at the Atlantic. Get this loaded. I had this loaded to where, yeah, this layer should be pretty clear. So you don't have any dust storms coming off right now. Wow, it's just, it's looking weird today. So it's not really loading very good. All right. Well, we got a couple of storms like twin. This was a cyclone, and now they're calling it a tropical storm. Why does it look all faded, man? The stream is running good. All right. So trying to get this to load. Go check out down here in Australia. And New Zealand. And this stuff just is not wanting to load very good. All right, we'll just leave it on here and try to get this to load out. Let's check something else. So here's our tropical storm Lorna and tropical storm Fanny. Let's check the mimic map. See what kind of damage they're doing with that. All right, let's see what we got going on here in the water vapor map. If you don't know what we're looking at, this is the river of the sky. This is the dubbed the blue gold. And this is way up in the troposphere, man. They got something crazy going on right here. I've never even seen the atmospheric river split in two like that. So we have the shipping operation right there, and the other shipping operations right there. Now, normally, if you look down here, like, here's a pretty good example. These things should be swirling around like wind currents, but they're all being manipulated. Like, none of these are looking natural. I can't even find a natural one to compare it to. So it looks like every company out is working with the atmospheric river right now. This thing should really be sweeping right up into the Aleutian Island chains, and it's not. It's all tore apart, ripped in two. In fact, I need to let's jump into just the North America one. Like, I can't even find a natural looking water vapor stream right now. Yeah, it looks like stream's all solid now. I don't know why it was like that before. So yeah, so the shipping operation out here is definitely affecting the atmospheric river. And you got from the ionospheric heaters up here is still pushing this pressure down. They're trying to get that water vapor into Southern California. Look at that blob. That shouldn't even be there. Hey, thanks there, Rhonda. Much love. Thanks, Mary S. out there. So, yeah, like here's kind of a natural looking atmospheric river right here. I mean, that's what it should look like, a arm or a, you know, I mean, like a plume of smoke and the wind barely blowing is what it should look like. These are all being completely controlled. Look at that, a whole wave fires up right there. Like every NextRad must have pulsed at the same time to push that up. So right there, that pushed the whole atmospheric river up. All right, so I got that documented pretty good. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. We're done with that. All right, we're kind of loaded. Still not really. Anyway, it looks like there's a few aerosols going on over Australia. Now let me see if this thing, look over here in China, they're getting bombarded. North Korea, South Korea, China, all heavy aerosols. You know, none of this stuff even looks normal, man. The clouds are not normal at all anymore. Like everybody's affecting them. You got all these storms running in straight lines. That was another thing I noticed when I was looking at the radar today. You know where it's perfectly clear? In the same place it's always clear. The same place that created the technology to do fake CT scans. All right, this map just is not loading for us today. Whoa, that's weird looking. I want to let that load. What the heck is that? All right, we're going to let that load, hopefully. It just pops on there, man. That's weird. All right, I got to let that load. Let's go ahead and check out the full... Yeah, exactly there, Troy. All right, so I'm just looking at that. Here's that spraying operation. It comes out a lot stronger, but what's really weird is right here off of North Carolina, right in there, man. There's something weird going on there. Hold on, let's watch that. Let me go slow. So look right here off of what is that, Rhode Island right there. There's like little pulses of clouds that looks like they're being like shot out. You also have these little chemtrails flying through there, but watch what happens. There's a wave, and then there's just this freak ass. What is that? That is weird looking. Look at that. What is that thing? That doesn't look like anything else on the map. That stands out like a sore thumb. And it's coming right where the aerosols were deployed. So that is strange right there. You know, here's some more aerosols going in. You see all the aerosols, even way up in Canada, is getting bombarded up there. Heavy spraying over Oregon, Northern California, Kansas City. Like I said, you can see the aerosols right there. Let's zoom in on that because that's just pretty wild right there. See if we can pick that up a little bit closer. While that's loading, I need to get something else loaded here. Why the stream's running good. I haven't checked this in a while, so we'll get that loading. Hey, thanks, Sarah Zinn. Oh, it's not my birthday, but much love out there. All right. So where is that weird thing? So that looks like a heavy chaff aerosol there. Here's the normal aerosols right here. Wow, that is like a... What even caused that? I'm trying to see. Okay, so there was a little bit of aerosols right here. You got a few there, a few back here. So right in that same line, another set of aerosols. You got these aerosols coming, and then this freak storm I can see like a figure 8 in there. I'm gonna have to zoom in on that more. Yeah, that's aerosols. That's like a weather experiment right there. So that is weird looking. All right, I'm gonna see if I can jump in even closer to that, because that is some kind of experiment. I don't know if this one's gonna pick it up. See if we can get this to pick it up. Yeah, because I could see like a figure 8 in that cloud, like they did like a U-turn, or just gotta wait on this to load. Oh, it's up to the north here. I gotta unzoom a little bit here. All right, hopefully we can get that. Yeah. Okay, so there it is. Right there. There's a plane flight path. It looks like it does almost a curlicue right there, like a bee. So them are all aerosols, but it made some kind of freak zombie storm right there. Same spot. Okay, that was pretty crazy right there. Let me get back to the full view here. We'll just kind of go over all these. All right. So we got, we need to document all these aircraft and drones that are doing these experiments. Like that's definitely like a big chaff release. That's a military chemtrail right there. Whoa, look at that. Look what it does. There's like a follow, if you guys can see that. Man, there's all kinds of strange things going on with these clouds tonight. And that's part of that same freaky little anomaly there. It's like I almost have to, I can't zoom in that close to that one, but because it goes through the whole state. So tons of aerosols being deployed in the front side of the storm. Let's go ahead and go down where it's clear and just take a quick look. All right, here. I just want to document all these just a little bit here real quick. Yeah, that's definitely military chaff going right there in Virginia. And then you got tons of aerosols right there, right at the border of Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi, going through Alabama. And what's weird, these storms, when we back out of this, when I get done looking at these close up, all the storms are going straight from west to east. They're not going like in a normal path. They're going in a straight line. And then these storms are just like complete circles that pop up, man. It's pretty weird. If I can get it to load. Yeah, there's where they started getting, look at that perfect circle. Wow, them things had some crazy, look at that. You could see the X at the top of the storm right before it goes dark. There's an X right there. Like the chemtrail is higher than all of it. That is strange. That looks like a pretty powerful microburst there. And that was getting really strong going into the night. We'll check that on the radar. And I'm sure we're going to see mega spraying out here off the coast. Yeah, look at that. All aerosols up there. All them states are getting completely aerosoled out, completely bombarded. Down here in Southern California, the Baja is getting completely bombarded. Look at that. That's a mess down there. You got the Chem fog out here off the coast. So I wanted to look at this little, it's going up a little farther north. Oh man, there's not one natural cloud in this picture. This is all man-made, all fake. Look at that. Look, we're missing some data. It just goes from nothing to that. Wow, we're missing a bunch of data. I'm going to give this a minute to load because there should be all kinds of data right here that it's not like going from light slowly into dark. It's going straight into that. See how that's how it should look right there, going into the dark. So we're not getting this data right here. So why are we not getting that data? We get that, and then it just goes black. No data, no data, no data, then bam. But here they all are. Look at that. Look how many lines there are right there. There's probably at least like 50, 60 in a row right there. That's insane. So mega spraying operation off of Oregon. Look at that. That is completely insane. Man. And they just keep on going all the way up to the Aleutian Island chains. What's really weird is we're missing this data. Wonder if we could get it in the microphysics. Let's try it. So I'm going to see if we can get the data on here. Look, the data is even missing here. But wow, look at the blue lines, heavy aerosols. Everything in the blue right here is aerosols. That's fake man-made clouds. Every bit of it. And it just keeps coming and coming and coming. We'll try the visible layer just to see if we get that data. There's got to be a reason why we're not getting that data. So, yeah, it cuts off on the visible too. Yeah, it just cuts right off. Yeah, if you were just looking at the visible, you could hardly see the aerosols. To this, most people, this would look like a normal cloud pattern. But it's not, man. There's so much aerosols being deployed in this. You got to use the right layers to pick it up. And then we're missing a bunch of data. There's something out here they don't want us to see. Let's see if it's even, could be in the, let's try the upper level water vapor. Yeah, they're definitely hiding something. Look at that. You can even see it in the water vapor, man. They're spraying so heavy. Wow, look at that. That's why we're not getting the data. Something happened to the satellite. Look at that green screen. Huh. All right, so something is going on right there. Let's see if we can spot it on here. How many images do I got? 12. Let's see if we can get like the last 24. Hopefully this will load, man. This is a pretty hard program right here to get it to go. This might take a little bit to load here. Man, you can see the ships out here just going crazy. Look at all the ship tracks out here. Holy moly, that's a lot there. All right, that might take a little bit to load. Yeah, they're going to flood Texas. Well, tomorrow's a 16-day forecast. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the forecast models till tomorrow while that thing is loading. So let's just go on up a little bit here. So you got snow up in springtime snow. You got like a blizzard up here. Blizzard type conditions for North Dakota, Wyoming, Montana. So let's kind of go through this. Yeah, there can be some pretty strong storms there. There's going to be a wicked storm right over where they were spraying today. So where the aerosol is up where Kansas City, they went from Kansas City all the way up to Iowa. That's where the heavy storms are going to be here on May 1st. Look at that there in Texas. So Texas looks to be the next flooding target along with the whole eastern side of the United States. All right, yeah, we'll get into all this in depth tomorrow. So let's see if this thing is loaded yet. Oh, is the volume a little bit down? Yeah, I can turn that up a little bit. Let me see where I'm at here. Yeah, it is really low. Why is it low? Here, there we go. That should help a little bit. Plus my voice is kind of shot too, so that probably isn't helping. So this thing is not loading up the frames. I can really zoom in on it though. All right, what I want to do, I probably need to see what we can pick up from the north side. All right, let's see if this will load. And what I'm looking for here is plasma signatures that the ionospheric heaters are creating plasma. And we'll see if this thing will load. This is really... The chemtrails are to brighten the sky. It's called cloud brightening. They're wanting to turn the blue sky white. They want to reflect as much sunlight back out into space. You know, they're going to create like a mini ice age, which we're already in a grand solar minimum, but the chemtrails are multi-purpose, man. They're to destroy the crops. They're to help the pharmaceutical company because they want to get everybody sick. And it just goes on from there, man. It's super... There's probably 1,000 reasons why they're spraying the skies. And not one of them is good. So I didn't pick up any plasma at all in the northern hemisphere. We'll see what's going on down here in the Antarctica. See if this baby here will load. Look, it looks like they're spraying over the Antarctic. They could be. I've seen it before. Oh, there's a little bit of plasma right there. South of Australia. That probably means David Miles is doing a little bit of work down here. Yeah, so we ooh, there's a real strong bolt right there. So there's plasma showing up down here in the Antarctic. There's a big spot right there. So nothing in the northern hemisphere, but we got tons of plasma going on down here in the Antarctic. We go ahead and check this satellite feed right here. So we're not picking anything up on this one. There's that cyclone. All right. See if we got the GOES 16 still. So I could actually still use the GOES 16. They turned it off on the page. Wow, they won't let me zoom into it though. How come I can't zoom? Oh, there we go. So we still have this view. Yeah, we can check out these storms if it will load. Oh yeah, it's definitely part of the Georgia Guidestones. Just depopulation. It's a eugenics program. You name it, man. It goes on and on. It's a little bit of everything. You know, the beginning of the show I showed back in 18, whatever it was. They've been doing this forever, man. Back in the 1800s, they were making it rain. All right, guys, I think we're going to call this a show tonight. Stream's starting to suck again. I will restream this over on DLIVE and over on Twitch. And for some reason, it don't buffer over there. So if you guys want to check that out, the links are in the description for the DLIVE and the Twitch. So anyway, guys, much love. We'll catch you tomorrow on the 16-day forecast. Thanks for everybody that's sharing this information, getting it out, and all that stuff. Anyway, guys, much love. We'll catch you tomorrow. Crank it up. We're going to turn up a good song called Rise. That's what needs to happen. Anyway, here we go. Let's fire this up. Go check out down here in Australia.